New biosecurity courses offered at UF through the entomology and nematology department. If you're interested in animals, entomology, and plants, then these courses are for you. Exotic species and biosecurity issues, consequences of biological invasion, and risk assessment management. What is biosecurity?
Basically, the definition is protection of the economy, the environment, and I guess health of living things from pests, diseases, and bioterrorism. And I think most people think of biosecurity as almost exclusively bioterrorism, when in fact it's much broader than that, and we're dealing with this whole invasive species issue and how to deal with invasive species in general, whether we're talking about diseases, living animals, insects, and so on.
Biosecurity issues affect us in every aspect of our daily lives, from the plants that we eat, to the food animals that we may eat or the pets we may have, as well as to ourselves as humans, the invasive species that may affect us as well. So it's important for students to familiarize themselves with current emerging biosecurity issues.
Exotic species and biosecurity issues.
The Exotic Species and Biosecurity Issues course provides students a fun and interactive way to learn about new and emerging invasive species issues and how they relate to agritourism and biosecurity.
How will students benefit from taking the Biosecurity Issues course?
There are many career opportunities in biosecurity and also related to invasive species issues. So students will learn about upcoming career opportunities, and they'll also learn about how they can apply this information to other career paths such as graduate school or postgraduate training in veterinary medicine or medical school.
A student perspective on the Biosecurity Issues course.
With my goal of becoming a food animal veterinarian, I wanted to learn more about biosecurity issues involving food animals. In addition, I really liked the class discussions at the end of every lecture where students really got to think about the topics.
Why should students take consequences of biological invasion?
The most important thing is that we are living in a world that's basically a global world, and we're all dealing with biological invasions. And I think the course that I'm currently teaching is focusing on not just the U.S. In fact, with very little emphasis on the United States. We're focusing more on other countries, particularly Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, British Isles, South Africa, some of these other countries that have been dealing with invasive species for a long time. And if the University of Florida is trying to promote itself as a kind of a global university and having global impact, the only way you can get a handle on that is to get a general idea of what's going on in a lot of these other countries.
Biosecurity course from another student perspective.
I've been working with exotic plant removal for probably 12 years or so with my business, and now as a doctoral candidate in the Doctor of Plant Medicine program, an elective in biosecurity and exotic was a way I thought I could kind of fill in some of the gaps of how exotics are managed from a more regulatory point of view. I've been working on the ground removal and doing public education and training with homeowners, but the biosecurity course provided a nice umbrella picture of how the different state and federal agencies work together, how they've got to come up with good, solid, sound information, develop partnerships with the public, and how all those rules are put into place.
Why should students take risk assessment management?
Well, first of all, it's the only course of its kind in the world. It's taught by Dr. Stephanie Bloom, and she is an outstanding instructor and an expert in the field. And anyone who wants to work in a regulatory capacity in agriculture would benefit by this course.
What careers coincide with risk assessment management knowledge?
Really any career that involves managing pests. But this course is directed at the regulatory community. So we have agencies of our federal government, state government, and even international that would want people to be their employees if they had taken this kind of training. Examples are the United States Department of Agriculture, the Environmental Protection Agency, Customs and Border Patrol, of the Department of Homeland Security, and even the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization. So anyone who is involved in trade or in a trade organization would benefit by this course.
How would students not pursuing careers in the plant regulatory sciences benefit from your course?
Everyone's interested in food safety and food security. Obviously, farmers, people who are delivering food, grocers, and even consumers would be interested in the content of this course. The course teaches principles in managing pests with the least possible harm to people and the environment.